Hey guys, welcome back to the Creative Command Tournament. This is the results video and the week 3 video. Hopefully this one turns out alright, the first recording. Sorry that it's kind of late and in the day on the day after that it was supposed to be submitted. But you guys had a lot of submissions and I did the recording, a big recording yesterday morning, so a little tired. But anyways, we got through all the maps. There was 28 this week. Less than last week, but that's kind of expected because minigames can be harder to make. But anyway, so let's just look at this. So we added, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new people to the arena. And we got 3 over here. We're going to go over the 3 first, second, and third place for points. And I don't have any for the honorable mentions right now. I'm just going to go over them in the actual page instead of having to, go between the page, look for their head, go between the page, look over the head. I'm just trying to get through this so that we can start the next week since I wanted to do things as quick as possible. So we're a little behind. Anyway, so we got first 3 and this is just for the week. These are their points, but it doesn't necessarily mean they win the whole tournament, so keep that in mind. This is just the top 3 scorers for this week in particular. Anyway, so third place, we have a tie between Chris Mattis and Plagiatus. Their names go really well together. We got a tie between Chris Mattis and Plagiatus. Okay. So Plagiatus's map, his one was really cool because it used a really nice resource pack so that you could see like a little ship behind the moon, which was actually, the sun, which was retextured to be the Earth, and you fly the ship through space and avoid rockets. His was cool. It had a varying difficulty. It got harder over time. You could enlarge. There was a couple power ups you could get. Really nice looking game. But I think what his kind of lacked was I can't remember the exact spots, but it might be creativity. Or something of that sort. I forget the exact places. We can actually, but yeah, I'll have to look at what the exact thing is in a little bit. Anyways, but his and Chris Mattis is tied. Now, Chris Mattis, he had good creativity for his. His was a platform that you ride on in the sky in any world you want. You can load it in any world and play the game. And you ride around on a platform in the sky, fighting off, trying to stay on the platform. You have to move to stay on the platform, and you fight off mobs with your bow that increasingly get harder, and there's more and more of them. There's different kinds, and it's just really difficult. His lacked in functionality because it was a little laggy. I played it without recording, and it was still my recorder, and it was still a little bit laggy. But he didn't miss out that much overall. Okay, so now let's move on to second place. Second place is Triomatic. Triomatic, he did a really cool kite minigame where there was a couple different 3D model kites that were in the sky, and your goal was to get your kite to be the top. Now, your kite moves slower than the other kites, which is good. Now there's some difficulty. The kites move up in kind of random speeds, and in order for you to slow the kites down, you have a bow, and at random times in your inventory, you will get a little button where you have to move quickly to click the button and it'll give you an arrow. So if you switch to the item in your inventory, you can right click on the item in time and then it will give you your arrow, and you can aim the arrow and shoot at the kite in the sky, and if it hits a kite then it'll knock them down. So I thought it was really fun. It was kind of stressful and it had that suspense of you trying to hit the kites down. Now, where it kind of lacked in the map itself was it didn't really show how high the kites were, so it was hard for me to tell at times when it got really high up. It was hard for me to tell whether the which kite was in the lead, how far my kite was, so maybe a little bit more details with that. But yeah, that was really good overall. And first place, you might have already guessed it, it's Janice. His map, he or she, I guess I can't really say, but their map was very nice, and I think it's he. I'm pretty sure that's he. Anyway, but their map was really cool. It had a lot of good 3D models, and you had like a little rocket ship, and it had a really nice mechanic where you fly the rocket ship around, but not with Elytra, in its own special manner. Kind of cool there, and you collect coins. Now, the only problem with his was that the map itself didn't really get any more difficult, but it did have kind of like a, you got to see how many coins you can get in the time limit. But that was my only problem with that. Other than that, it was a great design. I think he might have scored perfect on design, and it was a great overall minigame in itself. It could just be a standalone minigame. Maybe add a little bit, like maybe a coin that would make you lose points as well. But anyways, that's this week's results. He got, now to keep in mind, he got 91, he got 90, and they got 89. So very close. I think the same kind of thing as last week. That's just how it ends up. And we'll also be giving the medals to these people. So Janice, this is their first week, so they're gonna have to work really hard next week if they want to try winning. They're gonna have to come in like first place next week to try and win, unless people don't submit next week. Anyway, and then same with Triomatic. He is gonna get the week 2. And then it was Plagiatus and Chris. So they are down here, right diagonal to each other. Okay, so why do I have it? That's just gonna OCGB. Okay, I guess they go there. So that's Plagiatus's first medal and Chris Mattis's second level medal, which puts him in good standing. I'm gonna put him in the corner since that is going to OCD. Some people with OCD are gonna get upset. Anyway, so that's where that is. So you guys got your medals, and everything is all good. And that is the first and second week. We have one more week, and then I'm gonna add everyone's points up and see who is in the top. So let's move on to week 3, which is going to need a new place for the signs, which I'll just put to here for now. Let's grab ourselves some item frames. This is going to be week 3. So hopefully we get something not terrible. I don't want to rig it, but I hope it's not terrible. It's the same things. Now we only have 6 in here, and the same amount in here, and the same amount in here. So same theme words, same everything. Let's just see what we get. I'm just going to click this while talking so that I don't change it if it's not something I want. Okay, that is a great way to end things, I guess. So we got just for fun, pipe, and collect. Just for fun means pretty much make whatever you think will be fun. Collect and pipe are the theme words. You got to include them somehow. If you don't, you lose 10 points. I think only 2 people lost out on points because one guy got confused about the theme words for this week. He used the theme words from last week and the theme words for this week, so that was a little weird. Yeah, minus 10 points for each one you don't use. So we got collect, just for fun, collect, and pipe. And you don't have to use them directly. Just for fun is kind of the wild card, so you can do whatever you really want. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to pull up the score sheet here. We're going to talk about what the new points categories. So the new pointing categories, I believe this is what we'll do. We'll do, let's see. So I think we're going to make this one because I want to try and give it variety. This one I would say creativity and entertainment should be 30 out of 30, but I'm going to give this one variety. We're going to do creativity out of, and then let me just, week 3. Creativity out of 15. We'll do functionality out of 30 this time. Design out of 15, and again, and as much as I don't want to, entertainment is going to have to be out of 30 because there's no way we can make entertainment out of 30 because it's just for fun. You should be entertained. It's got to be just for fun. Anyway, so that's what the new points categories are. So focus on making sure that it works and focus on making sure that it is entertaining. Now let's go over really quickly. I'm trying to go through this fast so I don't lose your guys' attention and most people see to this part. Now we're going to go over how I want you to submit them again. Okay. So first off, I really I don't know. I don't want to have too many multiplayer, but you can do multiplayers, but only 2 players. And I want you, again, listen, please. Don't pay attention to those. I want you to submit the world, and the world needs to be named your in-game name. And inside the world, I want you to have, information about how to play, and your name. Okay? And then additionally, you should also, and I'm just right over here in my worlds folder, if you're using a function, I need you to make the function, you zip the file as a function, and it needs to, the function folder that your function goes in needs to be titled your name. And the, if you're doing a structure block, the structure file should be your name as well. Just make anything that you're sending to me your name so I don't get it confused. And yeah, and then also just answer the Google form and everything correctly. Put a note for how to play and stuff. Make sure you use that note space if you need to. Uploading. Now, there was some people who literally took this folder, pretend this folder, and they uploaded the folder to Google Drive. You need to right-click on whatever folder it is, and you need to go send to, compress zip, zip the folder, then put the zip folder in Google Drive, share the link with me, or do whatever you want with MediaFire. That stuff works as well. But anyway, so I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. But other than that, that's pretty much all there is for this episode. I got to everybody's time tamer. Time tamers didn't work at first, but I got it to work, and same with uh, Mr. Lyons. So I got to all those, and I got to the ones that didn't work. So thanks for submitting those, everybody. 28 submissions, pretty good. I definitely say that it is better than I thought the tournament would ever be. So hopefully this third week will bring more of you guys to compete, and hopefully it's not less than last week, because this is anything you want. You can make anything. It just has to use command blocks. That it's literally anything. So this one requires the most creativity, but at the same time it has the more space for creativity. All you have to do is make anything that you want, and it has to involve collect and pipe, whether you put the word pipe in there or you put the word collect in there or you actually incorporate it. That's just all I'm saying. So you got to incorporate those two theme words, make anything you want. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for this tournament. I mean, it's been kind of a pain when I have to do a bunch of them at once, but it's fun in the end for me. I do like it and going through all your guys' stuff. I'm also going to have some more videos about like tutorials and stuff soon, so look forward to that. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next week.